It's almost summer, when Aussies tend to look up and hope for rain. But in some parts of the country, scientists are taking a more proactive approach to the weather to squeeze more rain out of the clouds. Sarah's been finding out how you can actually control some parts of the weather.
Clouds. They can be a hopeful sign for farmers and winter holiday makers, or they can really ruin your day. Wouldn't it be nice if you could make clouds do what you wanted? Believe it or not, scientists are already at work making clouds rain when and where they want. It's called cloud seeding.
It's quite good conditions.
These guys fly into the clouds above Tasmania's hydroelectric dams and sprinkle a chemical which makes it rain. So how does it work? Well, you probably already know that clouds are made up of air and moisture. Water evaporates from the earth, then cools to form tiny droplets and ice crystals which form clouds. If there's enough water up there, the droplets or crystals clump together and fall as rain. Cloud seeding speeds up the clumping process. Watch this demo.
This is just a freezer box we use as a cloud chamber.
This is actually how cloud seeding was first discovered. 62 years ago, a scientist was making clouds by breathing into a freezer box, just like these guys. To make it colder, he added some carbon dioxide or dry ice. And to everyone's surprise, tiny ice crystals started to appear. Those ice crystals attract more water, then fall as rain. These days, cloud seeders usually use a chemical called silver iodide, and they don't always scatter it from a plane. These cannons are aimed at the clouds above New South Wales' ski fields. They're controlled from the ground by cloud seeders who scope out the sky for suitable clouds.
We measure for, the temperature, wind direction, wind speed. We look at the crystal formation.
The cannons shoot tiny particles of silver iodide into the clouds, which travel up and start ice crystals growing. But instead of rain, they fall as snow, which makes this cloud seeding project unique. The tourists and resort managers here think it's great. Before the cannons started firing in 2004, snowfalls in some places were the lowest they'd been in 50 years. But last season was the best in 4 years. And when the white stuff melts, the snow becomes water, which fills up the thirsty, snowy river, and the huge dams which make up the snowy hydroelectric scheme. Cloud seeding goes on all over the world. During the Olympics, China used cloud seeding to try and drain clouds before they arrived over the opening ceremony, so rain couldn't spoil the party. But not everyone's a fan. Critics say that cloud seeding just speeds up rain or snow that would have happened anyway, and wringing out these babies isn't cheap. There are also concerns that if you drain clouds here, somewhere else will miss out on the rain they should have had. At the moment, this snowy cloud seeding project is still in experimental stages. The scientists here will give it another 6 years before deciding whether or not the cannons will stay.
Okay, I'll try and make sure the sound is okay on this one. I'll just move the microphone. Hang on. Okay, hope everybody's safe and well. G'day. That was from 2008, and they said they had done an experiment in 2004. I moved here to Canberra in 93. Within a couple of years of moving here, I heard a 30-second clip on mainstream news. It was a balmy winter. Translation, warm winter, not much snow. I remember a really quick 30-second clip on mainstream news saying they had seeded the clouds to make it snow. everybody was happy about that. I wasn't. I didn't know very much back then, but I was always skeptical. I was always into conspiracies and looking into, like, just knowing things weren't right. So this was about 7 years before I noticed the chemtrails. So yeah, I can say with certainty, 100%, that they started this here in the mountains near me in the mid-90s, not 2004 like they say on there. And notice how I wanted to mention with the mind control and the pre-programming, this is the way they do it. They make it look like a good thing, that it's benefiting everybody. And just have a quick remark about the downside of it and kind of blow it off. And just look at some of these comments. I think it's cool because they can stop floods. There's a good one there. I think it is messing with the environment. Thank you, Emma. It's cool that they can make it rain and snow. It will be very good for the environment. I think cloud feeding, it's seeding actually. I think cloud feeding is a good idea for the drought. Yeah, okay. Yes, they should do that to make water restrictions stop. I think that this cloud seeding thing is pretty cool, especially because we are in a drought, and it would make a huge difference in Brisbane and other places that are having trouble with a drought. Okay. Well, if they can make rain and snow fall from clouds, then why don't they use the snow maker for the environment, like the Arctic, because of the melting, and other uses like the dry water down south? Anyway, yeah, that's how they do it. They make it look like a good thing. People think, yeah, cool, and then forget about it. And then that leads to the situation we're in now. And because everybody thought it was cool to start with, they are against anything bad about it that's being said now. They blow it off. They think it's not harming the environment because of the way they were programmed over 20 years ago. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to make a point of that. Yeah, they've been doing it from cannons here in Australia. And I also know that there is a cloud making machine northeast of me on the outskirts of Canberra, and southwest of me on the outskirts of Canberra, as far as I can tell. When I lived on that side of Canberra, it was really noticeable, and I can still see it from this side. I'm on the western side now. I can still see it from this side, but yeah, it always comes from those same spots. The puffy clouds, they come from the ground, and that makes sense to me because the northeast one is in the direction of an industrial suburb, and military bases, and the southeast one, not sure. I'm northwest Canberra, but I see the same characteristics with clouds coming up from the ground somewhere. So yeah, nothing new under the fake sun. Alrighty, that'll do. I have another video I have to make, and not much time. Okay, be safe, and warm or cool wherever you are. Remember to prep because things are getting bad, and much love and prayers to you all. Okay, I'll just figure out how to get out of here. Alright, see you later.